right, chapter 2 of ProPresenter, we're going to be covering how to add an existing song and also covering how to add a new song and how to format songs. And so we're in ProPresenter right now, so I'm going to switch to our ProPresenter view here. And the first thing that you want to do is to create a playlist in ProPresenter. And so you go to your respective ministry that you're going to be working on. So let's go to Sunday services and let's create a playlist for December 11th. So I click on the plus button up here and you add a playlist, and that will create it just below your most recent one, and we'll call it December 11. And now the first thing that we want to check is to see if the song that we're adding already exists in the library. And so if we look above the playlist section, we have the library and songs. So we can click on the songs. And again, once you click on the songs, it'll show you everything below here, all the contents of what you clicked. And so let's see if they have the song This Is Amazing Grace. They're in alphabetical order, so you could just scroll down. And we can see that they do have the song This Is Amazing Grace, so we'll click it and drag it into our playlist. Now when we go back to our playlist, you'll see that there is now one item added, and that's the song that you have chosen. And we have This Is Amazing Grace. So we want to click that and make sure that it's all working. Secondly, if you want to make an arrangement of the song, there's a button here. It has 3 little squares with 2 arrows on either side. And when you hover over it, it'll say arrangements. And so you could click on that. And so right now it's the master slide. So it's basically one slide of each item. So there's one verse 1, one verse 2, a chorus, a verse 3, a verse 4, a bridge, and a tag. And for Sundays, you can check in with the worship leader and see how they're going to order the song. So you can just click through as the song is being played. I've already made an arrangement, so let's see what that looks like. We can go to, or let's make a new arrangement together. So let's go to New Arrangement, and let's just call this Default. And click OK. And now you can see next to default, you have the verses, the chorus, all the contents of the master slide are present. And this is the order of the song. Now to change the order or to add, you can simply drag from the top. So I want to add another chorus after verse 4. I'm going to drag it and drop it in there, and that will add the chorus. If you want to take out something, let's say this person didn't want to do verse 4, you could click on the X and that will remove it from your arrangement. And they want to do the chorus again, so we could add a chorus, could add another bridge and another chorus, so forth and so on. You can create an arrangement to match how the worship leader is going to sing the song on Sunday. We're going to add a new song to ProPresenter, and the way that you do that is you go to File, Import, Song Select, and let's add the song Your Love Defends Me. Pretty sure we don't have that one. And enter, and here it is. Matt Maher. And we're going to import that. And it's going to be 2 lines per slide, and we do that for our live stream format. We want to put it in the library, the songs library. And the playlist, we're going to put it on December 11th, and then we could import the song. So that when we add the new song, you can see that it is in our playlist, and you can also now find it in the songs library as well. One thing to note when you add new songs is that sometimes the lines of the songs are too long, and so there's a warning exclamation point that appears in the songs that have a problem, that are formatted incorrectly. And so what we do is we go to reflow here up top, and it will show you all the slides of the song right here on your right, and then the contents of each of those slides here on your left. And so we want to go to those problem slides. So This first one has an exclamation point. And you want to try to find the natural break in the song. And so, if you're not familiar with the song, it would be a good idea to just kind of listen to it once and just to see that you're dividing the lyric in a place that makes sense. So for this one, I'm going to put a space here. You are my joy, you are my song. And then I'm going to put a slide break. And then you are the well, the one I'm drawing from. So I'll bring I'm drawing from to the next line to make it look right. And now you can see that the exclamation point has gone away. Now it is properly formatted. So let's go to the next one. Surely my God is the strength of my soul. That's the chorus. That's the next place our problem appears. So surely my God, and then we can put a break. Here is the strength of my soul, and then I'll insert a slide break. Your love defends me, and then I'll bring up the previous line, so that way your love defends me, and I can bring that down by adding a slide break. Now we have finished, and now verse 2 also has a problem. You can see the exclamation point, so let's fix that. So what you want to do is delete, and then space will bring the line down, and then where you want the slide break, have the cursor where you want to break, and then click the insert slide break button down here, and that will push the next slide. So I remember when you're with me, and then I'll just bring in this fight to the next line. And what I like to do with new songs as well is to add 2 blank slides, one that I entitled background and one that I entitled blank, and I'll explain both of those in a second. So the way I do that is I will hit insert slide break again at the end, the last slide, and I'll push it again. And then you could click on this drop down arrow on the slide that you want to edit, and you can go to group and then choose blank for one, and then go to the next slide and choose background for the other one. So now I'll go to show the song, and let's create an arrangement as we did before. Click on the arrangement button, new arrangement. Let's call this standard. So here, when it loads all the master slides to your default template, I usually bring the background slide to the very first, as the very first slide. And this is if we do decide to ever have backgrounds in the sanctuary, we can drop the image onto that slide, and that image will carry through the rest of the slides. So I just have that as a placeholder in the event that we want to have a background, or it's just a nice blank slide to start your song off before you click on the words. So that's something that is always needed. And also you want to reformat your first slide. And so the way that we do that is right click on that first slide. You want to add an action. We want to clear all. And so coming out of the announcements or the scrolling slides at the beginning of the service, this just allows everything to be cleared so that you're not accidentally having the scrolling slides as your background as you start the song. So that just clears everything and gets you ready for the song. And then you also need to format it. Right click, add action, audience look. And there's 2 templates. One is announcement and sermon, and the other is songs. And the songs will just, it's letting ProPresenter know to send the song as a bottom third to our broadcast. So it's very important that we select that. And so once we click that slide, we are now ready to click through our song. And again, to add to our arrangement, we can drag and drop from the top and add. So I'm going to add chorus, another bridge, and another chorus, and then have an ending. And I always have a blank slide at the end, so once the song is over, it can serve as a transition. You can, after you've clicked through your last one, you can have it on the blank slide. Okay, the final thing that I want to cover is um, reformatting the blank and background slides. So let's just see what they look like right now. As we scroll down here, we can see that the blank slide and the background slide have two horizontal lines on them, and we want to make them a blank slide. So I'll show you how to do that now. So we want to go back into Reflow. Let's click Reflow and find the slides that we want to edit. So blank is at the very bottom here. So let's click on the drop down menu for that slide, and we want to go to themes. So themes will change the formatting of what the slide looks like. And I've created one, it's called lower third, but if you go to the lower third and there's a blank template, so if you click on this template, now the lines will disappear. And so we want to do that for the background as well. And then themes to lower third and template. So that just is our blank slide template. And now we are ready to use that in our arrangement. So let's just show the standard arrangement. And now when we go to the very top, our background slide is now completely clear. And that's what we want. Very good. That concludes chapter 2, how to add an existing song, adding a new song, and formatting songs and creating arrangements.